Ephesians. In 1 week, I got engaged on a Sunday. On Wednesday, I did my introduction. On Thursday, I did my traditional wedding. So let's do palace celebration. God said, we say what? Don't do small things over here. Big things. We put canopy. On Friday was my court wedding. All this happened in 1 week. What God cannot do does not exist! My name is Adugo Sandra. My life entirely changed ever since I decided to draw closer to God. I go to church, I serve God, but I don't have a close relationship with Him. After unexpected morning prayers, I decided to get closer to God. I cried, begged Him to forgive me, I begged Him to come into my life, and I fasted for 3 months. I just told Him that I was dedicating these 3 months to have an intimate relationship with Him and get to know Him better. My birthday is on August 3rd. On the 5th of August, I had really concluded my fast. A very fine man slid into my DM to say happy birthday, and that's where it all started. I became closer to God. For the first time in my life, I had a relationship where we prayed together, even though it's a long distance relationship. We met in 2024, crossover 2024. I went for the crossover prayers in Abuja. As Jerry was saying, carry your wedding gown, carry your marital settlement.
Young women desiring to get married, there is a mantle of marital favor on you. I mean right now, right now, right now, right now.
Oh my God, I was saying amen. I believe around June on NSPTD, Pastor Jerry was saying, leap over to your new season, leap over to your marriage, whatever it is that you're asking God for, leap over, pray and move, pray and leap. That's how I was jumping. It was so funny because at first, the devil tried to tell me, don't even jump in like this, why are you acting like this? Just decided to shove off that mindset and like, and we jump into my miracle. If this is what it takes to enter my miracle, I will jump. As I was jumping, I was late. And after the prayers, that same day, he called me and he was like, oh, should please call my dad to ask him what it would take for us to take our relationship to the next level. I was so surprised, I was so happy. This was in June 2025 August. I raised them in plans to get married in October. Give me this beautiful rooftop proposal. It was better than what I asked God for. It was just so beautiful. And you asked me how will you shout? This is it here. The first thing I did when I saw the proposal setup was I shouted. I literally screamed, God is so good. This is how good you are. In 1 week, I got engaged on a Sunday. On Wednesday, I did my introduction. On Thursday, I did my traditional wedding. So let's do palace celebration. God said, you say what? Don't do small things over here. Big things. We put canopy. On Friday was my court wedding. All this happened in 1 week. February, supposed to be the prayer conference. I volunteered as an usher. It was 1 week to my wedding. The wedding was so beautiful. I took my time to look around and I just taking the goodness, the blessings of God, and I'm just here to say, God, I am grateful. As if that was not enough. I've been addicted to smoking for 8 years now. 2025 November, I wanted to be the person who is praying addictions are broken, addictions are broken. I became to from that day till now. Since 8 months in, I have not smoked again. I am not smoking anymore. Drawn so much closer to God. I've only opened the Bible study with my friends where we study Bible every Saturday. We study Bible, encourage each other. Apply for a visit to UK. That's where my husband stays. In 2024 December when we initially met at the night, and it was the night of so devastated. I remember it was midweek service. I came to church. It was as if I was very prepared for me. It was just saying, you should calm down. What God is preparing for you is bigger than what you're expecting. I just cried. I prayed to God. I gave it all to God. You know, when I applied for education, I was so scared. After I applied for the visa, I said it takes 15 working days to get your visa. The last 7 days, Pastor Jerry said that we should just take 15 minutes every day and pray in tongues. I did that judiciously. I'll put my timer. Even after 15 minutes, I'll see myself continuously going and praying in tongues. 14th day, the first day of fullness of power, said, I got my email! I shouted, I screamed, I checked it. I said, is it my name? Let me check again. Go check it. It was my name. Congratulations, your visa has been granted. I screamed. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Akombi Sandra Adugo. God has changed my initials to EL-ROI. I am currently in the United Kingdom. My husband, NSPP Jones. I am the first in my family, in my lineage, to relocate outside of Nigeria. Like this, I carry my show because what God cannot do does not exist, and I will not be the last. This is just the beginning. For context, my dad has 14 siblings and they all have children. So you can imagine how many are, and I am the first to relocate. But I will never be the last. This is just the beginning. From one glory to another glory, another testimony. If you are trusting God for something, keep believing Him, get closer to God, join the altar, pray judiciously. Pastor Jerry, thank you for answering this call. Thank you for always standing in the gap to intercede for us. I join the millions to say, may the oil on your head never run dry. We dey pray, we dey show.